So I wanted to go over Garfield's story a bit more because I rewatched it just because that first part as I was talking in my episode, because that was just my recap. I just want to do my recap as it is. But his plight is just like, it's really sad to some degree. So Garfield as a character, as we first meet him, is a kind of a, I wouldn't say grumpy, but he's kind of a jerk. Like he's a little bit, he gives you a little Bakugo-esque, but I don't get the impression he's worse than Bakugo. First loop, he was actually kind of nice to Subaru towards the end. And even to the point where he was sympathetic to Amelia's plight of being afraid. So that she wouldn't have to, in a sense, change. With this recent episode, episode 16, we finally get a in-depth look to his character and who he is. And in his own mind, he's a protector. And in his own mind, he's also not worth anything. I found it a very ironic callback to Subaru's kind of entire first arc plot, and then kind of to the second arc. He just figured out that people value him too. So he can't just be, he can't just rely on himself, which is a little rich having Subaru freaking tell Garfield this. With the whole, like, you need to rely on other people to a certain degree. Stop trying to front. Ram calls him on it after him and Subaru scuffle. Subaru's just calling him on it. Amelia immediately says, when he's about to start running up to go break the thing, "You're scared, aren't you? Like, I know what that feeling's like. I've been scared plenty of times myself. But you already know what you're looking for. So there's no reason to act the way you are." Super brings out his mother. And then you get to the sad part of Garfield's character where he just doesn't feel like he's really worth anything. Like, the sentence he says out loud is, "It was fine as long as my mom was happy. If you have baggage that isn't made, like it's holding you down, you just let it go, right?" That was his mindset of the whole thing. And he kept telling himself, well, it was okay as long as, his mom went out and found happiness. He wanted her to be happy to the point that he would hate her for it. But the trial, and I didn't get this right in my recap, the trial was what told him his mom actually died. And as I keep saying, freaking echidna, going around again, because his trial should have technically just been accepting the fact that his mother left, not showing him his mother died afterwards. But if this is echidna, I think the main thing she wanted was to see what would happen if he told him, not how Garfield would react to his own past. As much as she says she's not getting involved, I don't believe her. I know people are gonna be really pissed because they love her, but so Garfield has now put himself in the mindset of being the protector of Sanctuary. As he says, there's no reason for anybody to go outside because there's no need for anything to change. Things are fine. But as we can tell when we first get to Sanctuary, things are downhill. Sanctuary doesn't look great. It's not in the best condition. Like, it's not amazing. But as we also learn, Garfield's a 14-year-old, so he's also probably not making the smartest decision. He's a teenager, so he probably just thinks he knows what he's talking about. A teenager who's never been to the outside world. He's just gifted with this super strength, and he feels like this is his job. Which is the reason why he's he's so on Subaru. Like, the entire time is why he ties Subaru up. He's smelling the witch. He's just, I don't know about you, dude. You're ditching your girlfriend, like, all of a sudden? Like, that's weird, dude. Like, Garfield's whole thing is, I'm protecting the forest, or not the forest, Sanctuary, as far as I need to. Even Subaru calls him out for the fact that his sister left, not because she abandoned him, but because she was trying to make a better place outside of Sanctuary for the people in Sanctuary. But even she's aware to some degree some people don't want to leave, implying partially Garfield, implying probably the Sanctuary people as well. They're probably afraid of change as well, to some degree, because change is the biggest fear to humans in general. The biggest fear to humans typically isn't the fact that it's the fear of the unknown and the fear of change. The fear of change comes from the fear of known, because when you change things, you don't know how they're going to go. If you have them stationary, we know that things will more likely play the same way that they always do. If you press the A key in your keyboard, you're going to get the A key. The moment you get another key, you go, whoa, wait a second, what? There's some weird here. And then you start checking everything, trying to make sure everything's okay, because there's almost like it's not like a panic, that's obviously not scaring you, but it makes you alarmed. You wake up, you notice that something's different. And change forces people to reflect on themselves. And Garfield's in the position where not only is he forced to reflect on the fact that he's basically kind of suffocating himself, like he's stopping himself from growing whatsoever by only being in this one place. He's not allowing himself to actually live his own life. I'm the protector. This is my job. This is what I must do. No one else is allowed to help him do that. This is something he feels like he needs to do all by himself. He won't trust anybody else when they're doing these kind of things, like Ram or Otto. He's not trusting their words with it for obvious reasons. This is his job to him. This is exactly what he needs to do at all times. He's the big scary tiger guy. If he yells, if he shouts, if he tells people to get in their places, they'll get in their place. So having a person like Subaru, who when we saw the last time, you know, he was like, you don't even know what pain really is. And Subaru was like, are you kidding me? That freaks him out, because people usually just fall in line. He's big, scary Garfield to some degree. But as we learn, Garfield's actually a giant kind of softy, and Subaru calls him that in the giant tiger form. He just goes straight into that form because this is his last resort. This is his final stand. He throws his arms out like he is the wall himself. I just thought it was crazy. Like, I feel like Otto got some good characterization too, but I feel like Garfield got some really good characterization for like one episode. Like, we've had build up to him, and trying to understand like what's wrong with this dude. Like, why is he just will not get out the way, or sometimes he is. Like, that's probably why he had so much regret with the Satella incident, you know, when everybody died and he was like, Ram saved my life too. And then like you'll probably be like, well, he just like went through the villagers and killed them all. But to him, they're not a part of Sanctuary. They're the same people. They're with Subaru, the weird witch cultist guy who smells like a witch and acts crazy, and it has like no self-regard for people around him. Like, you have to, like, every time Subaru comes back to life, especially in this specific season, Subaru gets more and more detached. And coming from a person like Garfield, a person who's actually kind of compassionate to some degree, as much as like it doesn't seem so, that comes off weird. And then you're all listening to him and he sounds exactly like, and Subaru doesn't like it either. If Subaru heard Garfield talking exactly like Roswald, like he knows now, Subaru would be on high edge. But that's how Garfield feels. Whenever Subaru starts talking, he sounds more and more till Otto kind of wakes him up again, and the whole thing with the witches. He sounds like Roswald. And that's just like, no. Unlike Subaru, Garfield was aware of what kind of person that guy is. And if there's more people like him outside, no. It's almost, I had to debate how he even got with the whole, like, because, you know, he has the authority of greed, I believe. So I had to see how that conversation went down. Because she probably just played off of his emotions, because that's what Echidna does. She likes to play off of people's emotions. I'm not saying she hasn't helped. All I'm saying, this isn't the same situation as Rem, where it's a misunderstanding. I was mad at Rem in the beginning, but at least that was a misunderstanding. Like, Rem's whole character goes somewhere positive. But I don't know about this lady. No. And I already said the whole thing about Echidna in the end with Amelia. No. I just don't know. But that's what I wanted to give. I want to talk about Garfield. I specifically wanted to talk about him. I may talk about Amelia again. I might rewatch that part and then just make another one if I feel like I want to. I could probably make like a 20-30 minute video on Amelia by herself. But just with Garfield's episode alone today, that was just a lot. Like, it was just really good. I felt for the guy. That made me sad. Hearing him be like, what was it? You know, it doesn't matter as long as I'm the one protecting people. Like, then who cares? Like, it won't matter, and they don't have to know. Man, dude, I don't know if I relate to it. I don't know if it's just sad. But either way, if you enjoyed the video and enjoyed this breakdown or a little analysis, let me know, so that way I know I can make more or not. Leave a like, subscribe, join the flock. We're gonna be playing more Genshin Impact. I'm gonna have to make my Mona and Ganyu video. I had to pick which song I want for both of those. Outside of that, I think we're gonna be good. Peace out. I'll catch you later.
Don't leave!